Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing some really cool recent vinyl finds, just of all kinds. Also, I had a fabulous meetup with a legendary member of our vinyl community, Billy Hurst. Got to meet him, we got to do some record digging together and talk about records, and he gave me one of the biggest grails that has been missing from my collection for years. So I cannot wait to show you that one at the end. It's really great. So first off, let me get started. I don't normally collect soundtracks, but I had to make an exception for this one. This is Notting Hill, and this is a music on vinyl release. I love the movie. It came out in the late 90s. It's Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant. Just a really wonderful romantic comedy. The music in this is absolutely incredible, and that's why I picked up the soundtrack. It has Ronan Keating doing a beautiful version of When You Say Nothing at All. Alison Krauss also does a wonderful version of that song, but this one is Ronan Keating. It's fantastic. And a lot of people here in the vinyl community talk about Elvis Costello, and I don't really know his music very well at all. I know the song Veronica, I'm not a huge fan, but he has a version of a song called She on this soundtrack that blows my mind. It's so beautiful, and it's really the main reason why I bought this. I absolutely love it. So the song She by Elvis Costello, give it a listen. It's fantastic. Also, Spencer Davis Group's Gimme Some Lovin' is a really fun song. Bill Withers' Ain't No Sunshine is really wonderful. And I'm a huge fan of Curtis Simpson's channel. He has a really great channel here in the vinyl community. He talks about Elvis, and he's really sweet. And lately he's been talking about Shania Twain, and he's been collecting her vinyl. There is a song on here called You've Got a Way that's really beautiful. This is a limited edition release. My copy is number 78. It's right here in the gold, and I believe it's limited to 1,000 copies. And this is on a beautiful pink vinyl. I believe it came out around Valentine's Day, so they chose a really pretty pink to kind of go along with that. And very happy to have that one. Like I said, I don't normally collect soundtracks, but in this case I wanted to make an exception because it's a beautiful record. Here is a jazz album I'm very excited to own. I saw this in a record store. I immediately heard Mazzy. Mazzy's voice was in my head saying, if you see this one, pick it up. It's worth it. And it is an 80s Blue Note reissue series. This is Freddie Hubbard, Here to Stay. You know, he just recommended all of the reissues on Blue Note. He thought they were fantastic. It came straight from the analog tapes. This says one previously unreleased session coupled with the rare long unavailable hubcap album. So this is a 2 LP set, and I believe one of the albums was an unreleased album. And there's just all kinds of information you can read about Freddie Hubbard, the inner sleeves, the gatefold, everything. This is in just wonderful condition, and I love jazz. I'm really getting into it. This is a Blue Note reissue from the 80s, so it's on a little bit of a different label. The first LP is a mono version called Here to Stay, and I believe that's the unreleased tracks that were never released on vinyl. And then the second LP is a stereo version, and I believe these are songs that you have been able to get on vinyl before. I'm not 100% sure of that. I just know when I listen to it, I love it. I think it sounds really great, so I'm very happy to own that. Here is another jazz album that's fantastic. Monk. I love Thelonious Monk, so if I see something of Thelonious Monk for a price I can afford, I am going to grab it. It is on the 2i Columbia label and sounds fantastic. And let me just show it to you. So, I don't really see these old vinyl jazz records very often, so I was really thrilled to own this one. And the next records I'm going to show are ones that one of them I was able to pick up while I was vinyl digging with Billy Hurst. Most of you know him. He has an amazing channel. He has got a great country collection. He's also got a great metal collection and classic rock. And before I ever started making vinyl videos, I was watching his. He inspired me to not just wait for records to come my way, but to actively search out what I really want. He showed records that I didn't even know existed on vinyl, and I just found his warm personality and just everything he said. I just really enjoyed his videos. So he recently got in touch with me and said he was going to be coming close to where I live, would love to meet up, and we did so. We went to a record store, we got to talk about music and the vinyl community, and we got to eat some great barbecue. It meant a lot to me. I know it was very special for me to get to meet him. He's absolutely someone I've looked up to for a long time here in the vinyl community. We had a great time. He recommended one of the records when we were out record digging. He pulled one up for me. He knew I didn't have a lot of this, and he told me, you gotta get it. It's worth having, and it was a great price. This is an original copy of Judas Priest's Screaming for Vengeance. The only record I had of Judas Priest was Turbo, and he said, nah, you gotta get some of the other stuff. So he recommended I pick this one up. It's got the song You've Got Another Thing Coming, which everybody knows. It's a huge hit. I also think of Eric Weinbender when I see Judas Priest. So Eric, if you see this one, I've at least got one more album by Judas Priest here. And after I listened to it for a few times, you know, this is so up my alley. This is exactly what I like. I really don't know why when I was a teenager I didn't get into Judas Priest. I always thought they were just a little bit heavier rock than what I was into. Van Halen and Motley Crue was about as hard rock as I got back then. This is a really good album, and I found a beautiful copy of it, just in really good shape here on this great Columbia label. So thank you, Billy, for pointing that one out to me. I really appreciate it. And the next records are gifts that Billy gave me. I didn't expect anything. I wasn't expecting anything, but he surprised me and just showered me with some amazing records. And this is something that had been on my list for a really long time that I've been wanting. They've recently done a reissue of Santana's Supernatural, and he gave me a beautiful copy of it. And I just hadn't gotten around to buying it. I know Chris at Chris Has the Spins has the original, and I'm very happy for him. That's quite a find because I've seen it before. It was $250, a little too rich for my blood. I think he found it at an antique store for basically nothing. But anyway, this reissue is fantastic, and Billy gave it to me. The gatefold is really great, and it's just got a lot of really great information on it and beautiful art, just beautiful artwork. This is just a really beautiful Spanish flair. Such a great album. It won a Grammy, I believe. It's got the huge hits on here called Smooth, but with him and Rob Thomas. Rob Thomas was from Matchbox 20, I think that's the name of them. I'm not really sure. There's a beautiful song on here called Maria Maria that I really love. It's so fantastic. He gave me I believe it was the Walmart exclusive of it, and it was on white vinyl. So I have a very special copy of this album. So thank you so much, Billy. He also gave me a very cool version of Kiss Alive. I am a huge Kiss fan, and he knows that. I have a very old version of it on the blue Casablanca label, but it's not in very good shape. This is in really good shape. This is a reissue from either 85 or 95. I think he said from 1995. It does not have a gatefold. Most copies have a gatefold. So for a lot of people, they'd be like, well, it's not that good. It doesn't have the gatefold. But no, that's exactly why I love it. It's unique. It doesn't have the gatefold, and it's harder to find. It's, for a Kiss collector, this is one you want. It's on a very cool Casablanca camel label. It's the one that has the camels on it, and just a really cool album. Obviously, Kiss Alive is what put Kiss on the map, and they became the stars that they were. The first 3 albums hadn't been doing very well. They put out Kiss Alive, and boom, they went straight to the top and have stayed there for the most part. Here's a record he's given me. This is a really, really nice listen. It is Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin Brothers Band's greatest hits. I'd never had anything by Larry Gatlin, but I am a country fan and he knew I would like this one, so he picked it up for me and gave it to me. And it's in beautiful condition. It still even has a little Kmart label from so long ago on it. So very, very appreciative and a great album. And now I'm going to show you an album that has been a huge grail for me. It was on my want list for years. So I'm absolutely stunned and overwhelmed. Billy gave this to me as a VCLT gift. I'm blown away to have it. It was something that I've been wanting for a long time. It is Garth Brooks' debut album, Garth Brooks. An absolutely beautiful record. It was the first CD I ever bought when I got a CD player, but to have it on vinyl is a true dream come true. Thought I was gonna have to wait for a reissue whenever that would be, but I have really been playing this and enjoying it. The song Not Counting You is absolutely amazing. The song If Tomorrow Never Comes was a huge hit for Garth. Much Too Young is what really got it started for him. Nobody Gets Off in This Town is hilarious. I've always been a huge fan of that song. And then my personal favorite, and one of my favorites of all time, is a song called The Dance. Just absolutely beautiful lyrics. Even if you're not a country fan, if you're not a Garth fan, you got to give that song a listen because it just deals with life. It says, our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I would have missed the dance. And just absolutely beautiful song with some beautiful lyrics. And so I'm very, very happy to own this. Thank you so much, Billy. You know, when I went to the record stores with Billy, I was just absolutely watching him in awe. He would quickly look through records, but when he saw something he was interested in, he looks at the condition very carefully, and he only wants the best for his collection. And he put back records that are a little hard to find, but they just weren't in the condition he wanted them in. So it was just really cool to watch someone who has such a tremendous record collection and how he collects and just discuss music with him. I had so much fun, and thank you so much, Billy, for this wonderful record and for all of the records. I really appreciate it. Just absolutely, absolutely stunning. Let me show you also the record. It is on one of my favorite labels of all time. I know it's nothing fancy, but these purple capital labels, they did such a good job. The quality on this purple label is absolutely wonderful. So that is my video for the week. Such a great haul of records. I'm very happy. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and let me know what you think. I really appreciate your comments. I read every one of them and try to answer just as fast as I can. So thank you so much. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.